Welcome back to the base.
Welcome back to the basement yard. There he is, twiddling his thumbs,
How
thinking of
fast can you do
things.
that? How fast? Have you ever thought about like how fast you can move those?
My thumbs?
Just any finger.
I remember one time you were like trying to do this or something really fast.
Bro, if you get going on that, it feels like a force of like nature. Like it doesn't feel like
the
you're,
white people roll dance?
Yeah, I hate white people need to like get back together, call a meeting
Yep.
and go back over.
Well, I
your
don't know
dance
about a
moves.
meeting.
Because like, yeah.
They call them rallies, I think, Frank. They're not meetings.
Well, it depends on what you wear to the meeting
It's true.
and where the meeting is. Because you could wear normal clothes, but if you do it inside a government-protected building,
Right.
some people will call it one thing, some people will call it another.
Right.
You know, but
But if you're out in the middle of the woods.
if you're out in the middle of the woods, that's also scary.
Right.
You know, but like do this as fast as you can and tell me it doesn't feel like there's just a force of nature in like you are like creating like an atomic bomb level amount of energy.
I did try this on the show, and it didn't feel that way.
Feel like that.
I
Like,
also hit my knuckles against each other, and that...
like it
Did you just break your hands?
I hit my hand, but I'm okay. It feels like there's just something there.
You look like you're doing that boxing thing.
Have
The
you ever
speed bag.
Have you ever been able to do that?
I can do it like not insanely fast.
Here's Big Cock McGee can fucking do it.
Yeah,
I'm
Ant's
sure.
like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Some, I would say it's easy, actually.
You
By
would
the
say
way,
it's
I just
easy.
want to point out this. For
Oh,
those who
come-
follow the NBA, this fucking piece of shit showed up today wearing an Indiana Pacers fucking crew neck, and I should punch you in the face.
And what's more crucial is that this is being recorded after Game 1.
Yeah, that's
So,
even more crucial. And I
that's-
know that there's comments, oh, they're so mean to Ant sometimes or whatever. I want to ball up all the energy I have and take it out on you like a rabid Wolverine.
They don't understand that we have literally made a living, and even before that, off of ragging on each other, friend banter, bing bang, boom. You know, so like. He comes in here trying to poke the bear and not get a response out of us. He's come in with
By the way, I want to tell you what happened.
Celtics shirts, Pacers shirts.
I came in here, and his office is like off to the side, and I literally just put my middle finger over there, and he goes, "You didn't even see my shirt." And I start walking. I hear him. He goes, "I'm gonna chase you. I'm gonna chase you." And I sit down in my office. He opens up the door, and he's wearing that.
Well,
Yeah.
he started with the finger, so really he started it.
Yeah,
You
wore the thing!
Yeah, you gotta. You came
You're lucky
with.
I don't have weapons. Like if I had ninja stars, dude, they'd be in you.
Oh,
That
yeah?
sounds sexual, but I meant like I would throw them into your skin.
Right.
I think Ant. He's clearly poking the bear. We asked him earlier. We were just like, who are you like a fan of? And he's just like sports. And
He's
then
like the game.
And he's
I love
like
the game.
he's like
my dad.
He's like, I'm a better sports fan than you guys.
Just want to see a
technically."
good game.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Way to go. You're fucking. I said it before and I'll say it again. You're that meme of Rob Lowe sitting at a game with just an NFL hat. Like that's who you are.
Let's go, refs.
You know who? You remember those fitteds back in the day that were like it had like the MLB logo and then it had a patch for every single MLB team. They had them for football and basketball as well. That's what we should get.
Remember the
them.
pants? Remember the big pants?
I don't remember the pants.
I remember that.
I don't.
Wait, hold on. Before we go any further, guys, we do have some major news about the tour. Ticket sales going unbelievably. We've already sold more tickets than we sold all of last year. It's been incredible, and one place in particular has supported us so much, and like every single show that we have listed in this city has sold out in literal seconds. So we're adding a third show to Toronto.
Free. Pick number 3, my lord.
So we're going to add another show, a third show on August 5th in Toronto. Tickets for that show go on sale right now. Well, not right now. Technically, if you're watching this at 7 a.m. Today, June 2nd, noon, okay, Eastern time. So at noon, June 2nd, which is today when this is going out to the public. So at noon, get your tickets. Our third show there, and if that sells out in seconds, I don't even know what to do. I don't even know. We're gonna have to move to Scotia. We'll have to move to the bank.
We'll do the show. If we sell that third one out, we will do a show where Ant is entirely covered in Timbits. We'll tape an entire
Hanging upside down.
hanging upside down. We'll tape
Covered in some sort of oil or adhesive.
Timbits. You know,
Right, but they're stuck to his
they're
body.
stuck to him.
Because
we can
an-
tape them
an
or glue
adhesive-
them, but
Yeah.
we will adhere how many Timbits
Right.
it takes to adhere to his skin if we
Exactly.
sell out this third show.
Right.
I
Exactly.
think that's a no-brainer.
I think it's a no-brainer as well.
And he's also a huge fan of any team that ever has existed in
big
Toronto.
Leafs fan.
Big Leafs, Raptors, Blue Jays fan. You know?
But yeah, so go to thebasementyard.com. There's no code or anything. Just go to thebasementyard.com at noon today, June 2nd. You will get tickets to that third Toronto show. Thank you to Toronto specifically for being so supportive over the years.
And thank you to everybody.
Yeah.
As Joey said, the tickets have sold incredibly well. There's still some available, so go to thebasementyard.com. Click and see if they're available in the area you're coming to. If not, if you feel so inclined and you want to take a trip somewhere, it's going to be a good fun time.
Yeah.
What was that?
I was stretching, but then I
You were doing a
sounded like an
stretch
old
yawn?
turtle.
What's your go-to stretch in the morning?
That's a great question.
So you wake up.
go out?
You wake up.
Yeah.
Walk me through. Are you still in bed for your stretch? Do you get up and stretch out of bed?
What are you, insane?
People stretch in bed.
Yeah, me.
Oh, you.
You stand up and stretch?
Yeah, I get up and I all right, so show me your go-to morning
You
stretch.
you probably stretch like a cartoon.
Definitely makes a noise.
Yeah, you definitely make
I
a
mean,
noise.
oh,
That's what you do. You
what am I, Yogi Bear?
yeah, that's what I was going to say. You stretch like a bear. Ah,
No.
what a good slumber.
If I make
That's how you stretch. Yeah, like, oh, I guess I'm getting a little tired.
if I wake up, any noises I make during the stretch are completely involuntary. I want to make that very clear. I'm not waking up and going like I'm not like, it's not like a cute stretch. My
I don't
stretches
think we believe that.
my stretches get ugly. That's it.
How do you stretch? What do you do?
My stretches are like, they like start here and then they like contort.
You hurt his shoulder.
Right.
Shoulder. I don't know what part of my body that was, but everything popped and cracked.
I think I
don't do like cute stretches.
No, me neither. I go back.
You go
I think.
back.
I go back. Well, I'm
then-
laying down.
Oh, so like, do you like arch your back like a good little bitch?
Okay, that's insane. That's not what happens at all. But I go back, and then I think I go, like my face always contorts. I go like,
Oh yeah, you're pushing through.
and then I go out.
Yeah. You're pushing through the stretch. So it's like,
Yeah, but then I get them. I get in here, and I push my tits together,
you push your titties.
and then I stretch down.
So
I
you-
go
Oh, so
right
you
after
pop
the
your
wide. I go down.
pop your cleavage, arch your back,
Yeah,
and then you just moan through it.
yeah. You're horny.
No, it's funny because like, I think the internet, like movies, again, it's all movies. They've made it so like you wake up and it's like, oh, wow, good morning. Like, no, my morning stretches are like, I'm kind of like a little bit of a gremlin in them. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, "Argh!"
Sometimes my hands do stuff, and I'm like, what was that? Like I come up, like I'm like,
You pull up.
yeah, like my arm's just like, I'm like, what am I doing?
Okay. And you don't do like,
I don't stand up and stretch. That's bananas.
I do stand stretch. I'm yawning. I do stand stretch. I'm up here, and like sometimes I get up a little too fast and I have to stop. I'm like,
That hasn't happened to me in a while.
I used to do that on purpose as a kid.
Stand up really fast.
Yeah, I would lay down on the couch upside down and then get up as fast as I could. And see
How do you
what-
lay down upside down?
like you lay like with your head hanging off the couch.
Oh,
So like literally my feet are my head is my feet, and I lay there and then I quickly stand up and I'm like,
that did it for you, huh?
it's like Whippets without the drugs, you know?
I'm very glad you're not into heroin. Guess that's a crazy thing to be doing. Yeah, I didn't do that. I just,
You didn't have any like cute like kid things that you did in terms.
I'm sure I did. But I did sit on a couch normally. I think. Right.
I
side up.
also sat on my couch normally. Don't try to turn this into like I was just a psychopath.
I mean, you got off on like just standing up real fast.
See
and
now,
being dizzy?
getting off is going down weird territory. I didn't
That's
get
how
off.
you got your
doing
rocks
anything.
off.
I didn't get my rocks off. My rocks were right where they needed to be.
We're on tight.
My rocks were on tight, just
Fastened.
like those Timbits that are going to be on Ant if we sell that third Toronto show.
I'd eat one.
Oh, that's nice.
Wait, you'd eat him off of him?
One.
Can I ask you a serious question? Can I ask you a serious question?
Yeah, I love Timbits. I love it.
No. Yeah, those are good. Whatever, fine. If you went to a party and there was one of those like
Naked Asian girls.
naked sushi situation,
Yeah.
are you even gonna?
If I had to,
No one's holding a gun to your head.
No, I know, but I'm saying like I think the answer is no, unless it's prosciutto.
Oh, so you're.
If it's a charcuterie
I've always
board-
seen it as sushi.
Well, one, I'd walk in, I'd see the naked girl with the food all over her, and I'd be like, "Oh, I'm in one of those parties. I'm gonna get killed tonight."
You gotta go.
or bribed or blackmailed.
Yeah,
Because that's what
yeah.
happens. At those
Oh
places,
yeah,
I
those
assume.
freak offs as they call them.
Right.
Yeah.
FOs. But I would not opt for that. If I had to, though, I'd probably try to stay like up here, like get a shoulder.
The shoulders?
Like a shoulder.
Okay, but like
I would even go for a boob, but I'm not. I don't know. Once we start venturing,
on top of nipple, or are you going for like upper boob?
I think we're staying as high as we can. I think once you get around to the belly button, a belly button, I feel like is like a pool. Things pool
It's a
there.
cesspool. It is. Belly buttons are kind of like little like gross like septic tanks.
Like a you know, you could. I don't know. Have you ever done a body shot?
I don't think I have.
I feel like I've done a body
If
shot.
I have, I've completely forgotten.
I think I did a body shot at your house.
Off of whom?
One of our friends, who was a girl. Who was a girl?
Who? You don't need to say their name unless you
I'm
want to
not
let
going to.
Let
I'm
it
trying
fly,
to figure out how to
baby.
describe. One of our like friends. They're like actual friends that I'm still friends with her.
Oh, okay.
She doesn't live here anymore.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got it. That's really.
It was just like
That's honestly knowing how this person was a little like kind of conservative, not with her political views,
yeah.
but like with just like being the life of the party. So like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
sounds a little surprising.
I think it was just like we were like, oh, it'd be funny, a funny joke. Or
It'd be
something.
hysterical if no one else in this room knew about this and you did it by yourselves.
It was literally on your kitchen counter.
I don't remember that.
I also remember like immediately afterwards, I was like, why did I do that?
What was it a shot of?
Probably something disging. Like,
Like
I don't know.
Jameson or
Yeah, or
sorry,
like Jose
Jameson.
Cuervo or something.
Oh yeah, we're never gonna get a deal with Cuervo, so you let that fly.
But it was something like that. And then immediately after, I was like, why the hell did I do that? Because then I just started thinking about belly buttons. And I was like, mine
Belly
is not
buttons,
great.
brother. Yeah,
I've like found, I actually like finding crumbs in my belly button.
Do you eat them?
I like, do I eat them? What am I, 9?
You like finding crumbs in your belly button. I don't know the extent of
No,
your
I never ate
maturity.
boogers. I never ate my belly button crumbs or any of that.
Yeah, I as like a little kid,
Ate
like
boogs?
2 years old or something, ate
You booged?
boogers. Yeah, I mean everyone
2 years
did.
old.
Maybe 3 or 4, but like as soon
You're not
as I
even
started.
sentient at 2 years old.
As soon as I started getting grossed out by it, like that's one of those things that like I see videos of people eating boogers and it just sends chills down my spine.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Sentient at 2 years old. You don't know who I was at 2 years old, bitch.
Bro, people who when you blow your nose,
Do you check it?
you look at it and you go,
No.
no?
I don't want to see the mess in that.
I take a peek. The mess in that. I take a peek just to make sure I'm not like blowing out some weird shit. But I don't like go there and go, oh, no. Actually, that's a lie. Sometimes I'll blow my nose and I'm like, oh my God, there's so much coming out.
You got
And then
that
I'd be
from
like,
your dad. Your dad used to do that. You told me that your dad
What?
would like inspect his tissues.
First of all, my dad doesn't blow his nose into tissues.
It's fair.
Are you insane?
That's fair. Yeah, he would inspect his hands or your childhood blankets or something.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen my dad use a tissue, nor do I think they would work against his face. You would need a paper towel for that sort of thing.
Well, if I blow a nose, I'm starting a fucking small hurricane somewhere. This thing.
You always with this giant nose.
I have a big
thing.
nose, and I'm proud of it.
I don't think you
It
have
is
a
a
big
powerful nose, and
I think
I
it's
am.
proportionate to your face.
Then I also have a big face because I have a big nose.
Can we see a side profile?
I've got a big face. I feel like I got a big head.
I saw a picture of me at like 14, and I was like, "Damn, that nose is my current nose at my then size."
Maybe it was big then.
Maybe it was big then, yeah,
Yeah,
but
you've grown into your nose.
I think so.
I feel like I have such a big face.
I don't think your face is that
It's
big.
getting smaller.
You know what? You're lucky. You're lucky you have a like your face your profile goes back. The people whose face like open up like this,
What? People have triangular faces.
Like they're just like wide ass heads and faces.
a wide face.
Yeah, like they suck. You don't.
No.
You're pretty
Sometimes
good.
I've seen pictures of myself.
Oh.
How many of us are in here? I've seen pictures of myself from like a year ago, and I'm like, look at my head.
I saw a picture of you
head.
from like 5 years ago, and I was just like, that hair. Thank God he fixed it,
Bro, yeah.
because you look great now. You know
I
that what you got working for you is.
Thanks.
But like at the time, I was just like, huh.
Yeah. I mean, one of the unfortunate things about being white is that usually your hairline isn't all that.
Yeah, and you age like spoiled milk.
I don't need to be reminded of that. But I was like, why would I be doing that hairstyle if it's like...
It's crazy because like you're probably at your peak of good lookingness now,
Wow.
and then you're only getting uglier from here. Like every
I'll fall off
day,
a cliff.
every day you're getting uglier, and then I'm probably gonna like look my best when I'm in like my like late 40s, mid to late 40s, early 50s. Hispanic,
I feel like I'm offended by what you're saying.
you shouldn't be. I'm not saying that you're ugly. I'm saying you're gonna be ugly pretty quickly.
Right, and you'll be better looking for longer.
We'll swap spots. I'm not ugly right now, but
Right.
like I'm only getting better looking with age.
Right, and I'm falling off a cliff.
Falling off a cliff is dramatic. I would say you're rapidly driving downhill.
So I'm driving off a cliff.
No, the cliff, there's no cliff. You're not like, here, gone. It's
Right.
like you're just steadily getting uglier.
Getting worse.
Which is okay.
It feels like it isn't, but I will bring it up in therapy, I think, and we'll see what she thinks.
Oh, no. Did I actually hurt your feelings?
Hand me an Academy Award if I tricked you.
That was very good. That was
Unbelievable.
quite impressive, honestly.
I could have got some tears going probably.
You could have. You should have honestly rolled with it and told me yes so I can lose sleep over
Can
it.
you fake cry?
No.
I can, but I need like a full 2 minutes.
What I know.
I like try to make myself yawn, and I get it going.
Oh, you just said it. And
You ever hear that thing that's like if you yawn and then someone else doesn't yawn at your yawn, and they're
a psychopath or
yeah,
something
like
that?
like a serial killer.
People
or some
are
shit?
trying so hard to find like serial killers now that it's just like they'll look at anything. It'll be like, well, if a dog doesn't like you, it means you're a murderer, and it's like, or it's just a dog that doesn't like you.
Yeah, dogs, they can sense evil.
Yeah, I've heard that.
My brother, because I was so afraid of tornadoes when I was younger. We live in New
A
York.
very, very, very obvious thing to be afraid of.
I was so scared of
As a
tornadoes.
person growing up in New York City.
Yeah. So every time it rained or like a thunderstorm or it got like gray, I'd be like, oh my God, tornadoes are coming.
Yeah.
And I would always be looking at the clouds thinking there was tornadoes.
Well, we grew up in the age of Twister. That was one of the biggest movies from when we were kids.
That's exactly what did it. And I remember my brother was like, we had birds, Marty and Molly. They survived 2 years. But in those 2 years, I remember my brother used to be like, if the birds are going crazy, and like that's when you should worry, because they can sense weather, like
But-
bad weather.
See, I've heard of that.
Yeah, but they're domesticated parakeets.
Yeah, but there is a certain evolutionary instinct that they don't miss.
Tell you what, the only thing that made those fucking birds squeak were food, nothing else.
Well, they say if you look, sometimes you could tell like whether if you look at like certain trees and plants. So like there are trees by where we live that they say that when it rains, they turn upside, the leaves turn upside down. And if you look, the tree will be green, like the leaves will be green. And then because it's called a silver maple is the type of tree because the under part of it kind of looks like whitish silvery. And sometimes when it rains, they turn a little bit. It's crazy, man.
That's fascinating.
Aren't trees fucking wild?
Yeah, they're like alive.
But like also they're just like
Not.
what
is
are
that?
they?
What-
And then they're just like, yo, we're gonna die for a couple months.
Also, like, we breathe with you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
We
we're
breathe, they
cycling
breathe.
breath with you.
Circle of life, Elton John.
Like, I used to, like, and when I found out that I was breathing the shit, like,
Tree
trees-
piss.
I mean, tree breath.
Tree piss.
Like, I'm like, so if I'm in a jungle, is there just more oxygen and I'm, like, breathing really
That's a really good
well
point.
or
That's a
something
really
like
good point.
that?
But think about where there's no oxygen and there's no trees
Space.
and
Osh.
osh.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe like if you go take a deep
But
breath,
there is oxygen in water, though.
There's a lot.
but it's mixed with 2 hydrogen compounds.
Yeah.
That's why it's water. And I actually heard that it's technically isn't it H2O2 is water?
I don't need to not know what water is.
I
now.
think I saw something one time that it was just like water isn't just H2O. Apparently it's like technically H2O2. Good chance I'm wrong. And I
also wouldn't make a dent in my life. What am I gonna do?
wouldn't care.
I'm still
Wouldn't
jumping
care
in
at
the
all.
pool.
Wouldn't care. So that's a good. We should do that as an experiment. Let's fly you to the Amazon.
No.
Give you like 10 hours. You just go take as many deep breaths in the middle of the jungle,
And then we test my
just see if you get more air.
my pulse ox. Yeah, we'll find out my blood oxygen level.
Ant's got something.
It's saying H2O. Hello, H2O2 is hydrogen peroxide.
Oh,
You know, it'd be
I'm
funny
wrong.
to turn this podcast into one of those Jubilee videos that every time we make a claim, there's like a fact check in the corner. Bing! It's like, no, that's wrong.
just have a lower third. Just saying like actually.
It pops up. It's like,
Yeah, that would not
That's
do.
not it.
It would be mostly that at the bottom of the screen.
hydrogen peroxide, I put that in my ears sometimes.
They say yeah.
Yeah. Like when my ears get clogged, I throw it in there and it bubbles up.
Ooh, does it feel bubbly?
I don't love it.
Throw some champagne in that bitch. Why not? I know that the champagne wouldn't do the same thing, but like if you're going for bubbles,
I'm not there for the bubbles.
I mean, it doesn't fucking like give you an ear infection just putting liquid in your ears.
It's like, no. I mean, I hope not. Well, I was told by an old Irish woman to do it.
So then it's got to be real.
Yeah, it was my mom.
Or it's meant to like exacerbate the fucking like Catholic Irish guilt that, you know, it's like
Maybe.
they did it back in the day.
I threw it in there.
You ever get soap in the mouth?
No, my parents didn't do that.
I got it once.
Soaped you?
Yeah, because I said like fuck or pussy or cock or something.
Damn, dude, you said pussy? I don't think I said pussy until I was like 17.
But like accidentally in front of our bro, you definitely said pussy before.
Well, not pussy in the vagina sense.
You definitely did.
No way.
Joey.
Pussy?
17?
That may be an exaggeration, but like 16.
No way.
Bro, I would call it like you're a pussy, but I would
No,
never be like,
no,
yo,
no.
that's a pussy I'm looking at.
No, you would say you
Or like,
would
look
say,
at this lovely pussy.
you pussied way earlier than 16.
No.
Way earlier.
No, I didn't.
Oh, so you were a good Catholic boy.
It's not about being
As
Catholic.
everyone else around us was pussying and you were just like, not me.
No, it's not about me being that. I don't know why. I feel like I never used that word really.
I feel like I can't wait until the technology comes out that we could talk to ourselves at 12 and then just see how bullshit. Because I'm honest. I was a little piece of shit. Joey was like, you'd go home and pray, and mommy and daddy would help me clean my ears with hydrogen peroxide. And I was like, yo, me, D4L, them franchise boys, pussy shit all day, you know?
I hope you guys know how flawed that is. It's insane. One, didn't pray. Two, clean my ears by myself. Two, what are you, this big cool guy? Because you
No.
listen to fucking Shake That Laffy Taffy?
No,
Dude, you
no.
were gaslighting girls
No.
into thinking you were crying
No.
when you weren't.
Once.
With your away messages.
Once.
Once?
All
All of your away messages.
no, the tear on the paper was
I guess I'll
once.
just walk until I can't walk anymore because who cares? No one even cares. That's the shit you would say.
Oh, Joey, let's not talk about away messages. Joey would just be like, damn, broken heart. That's what Joey
That's
would do.
not true.
And he'd get flooded.
I would do
You'd
that.
get flooded.
What I would do, I would use lyrics, but I was never like you, where you'd be
Oh,
like, yo, I feel like no
you know
one even
what?
gives a shit.
You know what? We were two coins. What? We were two sides of the same coin, Joey.
I feel like
That's
no
what
one
we
even
were.
cares, really, honestly.
No. And then Joey would write a fucking like song lyric like, where are you? I'm so sorry, with a broken heart. And people
And
would
then-
just be like, oh my God, what's wrong with
And then
Joey?
Frank would change his away message to like, my chest hurts from crying so hard.
No,
Say shit like that.
no, you bullshitter.
Hurt my ankle. That's the last thing I need after all the pain I've been in my whole life.
We were two sides of the same coin. I was just probably a little more of a piece of shit about the way I was asking for attention.
A hug is nothing.
A hug is not. No, that wasn't me. That
I know.
was somebody else. That was somebody else who made
A
their
hug is nothing. I want more than that.
the days of like. People are always just like, oh my God, like being passive aggressive started with Twitter. Bro, you forgot MySpace.
Your full name on MySpace sometimes is a paragraph. Someone that we know I guess was dating this girl, was seeing this girl, and then like they were leaving each other, and they hugged each other, and then went home, and then he changed his MySpace name to "A Hug Is Nuttin'." I went Modendat.
Modendat.
He wanted Modendat.
He wanted who doesn't want Modendat though? Because let's be honest, a hug is nuttin'.
A hug is something.
I agree, but like what this person was clearly looking for,
They wanted Mo.
they wanted Modendat,
Then dat being the hug,
not dat.
right?
You know, but more than the hug. Dat referencing
More than what he got.
yeah.
What was your shake that Laffy Taffy?
That one of them was Shake That Laffy Taffy. One of them was, do you remember Josh? He's going to be editing this. So he probably just like jumped out of his chair screaming it. Like he was just like, one of them was when I like got together with like a girl that I had previously broken up with. And it was like, finally, sheesh. Josh, I don't remember the last time he brought it up, but for like years after that, would always just say like, finally, sheesh.
Sheesh. Oh, sheesh. Finally. It's insane.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? We were.
That's what children do.
We were.
We're kids.
And we did.
My mom got super pissed at me because one time I made my away message like running around the house naked. So, like, catch me if you can. My mom's like, what the fuck is that?
You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what yours were.
You know where I got that
Mine were
from?
just like, damn, like, heartbreak means something to me. And yours were just like, I'm naked. Like, oh, I'm showering. Ooh. Like, oh my God, so sweaty after that basketball game where I scored 500 points. Like, that's what he would do. And then I am the psycho. I was.
First of
But
all,
we were both.
You make it seem you were like, oh man, my heart's so broken. It's like, one, your heart wasn't broken. You were lying.
No, I probably was heartbroken over.
For what? 4 hours?
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Back then, heartbreak was so different than what it is now. Now we have the benefit of maturity and responsibility on our
The
side.
benefit of maturity.
We do. Back then, that 4-hour heartbreak was the worst 4 hours of your entire life, Joey.
Got that right.
You damn right.
Oh man. But we do have some sponsors to start to talk about here. Okay, so we can't have the show without Stamps.com. Stamps.com, it brings all the amazing services of the post office right to your fingertips. All you have to do is go on their website. You can buy and print official U.S. postage right there in your own home. You can do it in your underwear at 3 a.m. if you like. I don't know why you'd be doing that. Sounds kind of sus, but you could if you wanted to, theoretically. But go to Stamps.com and you can save some time, okay? You don't have to drive to the post office, maybe wait in a line or something like that. It's convenient. So you can do that. Also, it's very useful for people who have e-commerce businesses and you're mailing stuff all the time. Stamps.com. You also get rates that you wouldn't get anywhere else. So you can save some money as well, like up to 88% off USPS and UPS rates. Massive. Okay, so big savings there, and you're saving time. It's a no-brainer. So sign up at stamps.com/basement for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a free digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts or anything like that. Just go to stamps.com/basement, and you'll get that special offer. And this podcast is also sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp is online therapy. Okay, it is customizable, so you can talk with a therapist at whatever frequency you like. You want to do it once a week or once every other week, you can do that. Customize it the way that you want. It's a fraction of the price of in-person therapy, which is probably the biggest deterrent, I would say. There was also a study recently that like 26% of people felt like the thing that deterred them away from therapy was the fact that they'd be judged. But in my experience, as someone who's felt like that before and then turned to therapy, like, it's just not true. So if anyone out there is feeling like, oh, I don't want to be judged or, be uncomfortable or whatever, like I'm telling you, it's going to be a really good experience, and you should, definitely jump in. And if you want to, you can do so with BetterHelp. Like I said, they're more affordable than in-person therapy, so you can save some money, and you can also save 10% off your first month when you go to betterhelp.com/basementyard. Okay, that is BetterHelp.com/basementyard. So enjoy.
And you know what? If you're feeling crazy and you like just typing in URLs going /thebasementyard, I got a good one for you. Patreon.com/thebasementyard. All right, go check it out. That's where we tell you guys to directly support us, and we are so appreciative and thankful you guys getting us to over 34,000 paid patrons. We appreciate it. We love it, and we want to keep giving you guys more of what you like. So if you sign up for that first tier, you get these weekly episodes 1 week in advance. You get in on the jokes, conversation, all that fun stuff 7 days before everybody else, and then that second tier, you get exclusive episodes every single Friday, delivered directly to you, 7 a.m. like clockwork, baby. Bang, bang, bang. Okay? So go to patreon.com/thebasementyard, sign up today, and do yourself the favor. If you want to save a little bit of extra cash, which who doesn't, right? Go to patreon.com/thebasementyard on a web browser, whether it be on a desktop or you use, the web browser on your phone, and sign up that way. If you use the app, it's going to charge you a little bit more. So patreon.com/thebasementyard. We thank you guys. We love you guys. We support you guys. You support us. And let's keep this party going.
Keep this party going.
Oh, and also, sorry, I'm out of breath. As Joey said at the top of the show, we're adding a third Toronto show, okay, which is going to be on August 5th.
Yep.
So go check that out. Also, if you're coming to any of the other shows, or if you're not coming to any of the shows, go check out. Tickets are still available in some cities. So go to thebasementyard.com and you'll see the list of shows, and then check out which one you might want to take a trip to, or it's in your city near you. Go check it out, okay? If you are coming to any of those shows, we do like a part of these shows to be interactive. We want to talk to you, about you, with you, all that fun stuff. So go to thebasementyard.com/submit, SUBMIT, in order to submit your response to some of the prompts and questions that we have in there, okay? A lot of these places have been pretty crazy and wild, and they've made some really fun, interactive experiences for everyone at the show. So go check it out, thebasementyard.com/submit. You're not going to feel bad about it. You're not going to feel good about it. You're going to just do it, okay?
What's the ending part of that?
I have a question for you.
Go.
Have you seen this whole nonsense about airplanes now offering, next year offering standing seats on certain flights?
Yeah, I think I would do it if it was like
Dope.
a short flight,
A short flight is what?
like from here to Toronto. It's like an hour.
You'd stand for an hour on a flight?
I've stood for an hour.
Can I ask, how does that not, like, do you need to be seated for takeoff and landing? Because I know, like, they say, like, the fucking rules are you need to be here, you need to be, this needs to be closed, and
Yeah, you have to like. Yeah,
But, like, so, like, what do you do in that situation?
fucking. I think you strap in like a what's it called?
Like a roller coaster?
Yeah.
Kind of got me on board there now. I do love a good roller coaster.
Yeah, and like you just chill.
So what is, let's say,
The climb might be weird though.
very weird. That's why
Like
I'm wondering, like, are you going to be sitting or standing?
I feel like I could stand right now on a plane and be like, I'm good.
What's the longest a flight would be for you to not do standing? Or short? I guess I should say short. That was the worst way I could have asked that question.
Not long. I don't know. Like 2.5 hours might be too long.
So
But it
like,
would depend. It would depend on the situation. So like, I am a travel snob at this point in my life.
really? I don't think, like, I mean, you would know better than I would.
Well, like I don't like. I like to spend on travel. Like if I'm gonna travel, I was like, okay, I want to be as like comfortable as possible.
That makes sense.
But like, if a standing, but to a certain degree. So like that's what I'm saying. Like a flight to Toronto, like I'm not booking a first class ticket to a flight for Toronto. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm not doing that.
Yes.
Like, that feels like a waste of money.
That makes sense. What is like the rate? So like, let's say
If it's like
main
under
cabin.
$100,
Let's say main cabin is $200,
okay,
and then standing is
like
$175. Is it worth the $25?
no.
All right, it's.
Oh no, what's worth the 25?
Is it worth only the $25 difference?
Oh, to do standing?
Yeah.
No.
So it needs to be like significantly cheaper.
Yeah.
So,
like if
like-
I'm gonna stand, bro, then like if seats are 200, then standing room would be like $60.
Oh, wow, that's a lot cheaper, dude.
I mean, I'm fucking standing here.
That's a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, clearly the people that are coming up with these designs have forgotten about the mid-2000s and party buses because clearly the people have not been on a party bus.
We gotta strap you in though.
Bro, do you remember how chaotic party buses were? Everyone was holding on and then they would try to
Sway.
dance at a red light and then it would move and they were,
Yeah. That'd be all over the place.
you know, like, this shit is like, that shit is dangerous.
Yeah, but so you know what's funny? Like a while ago, I saw a video of the CEO of Ryanair, which is like an affordable airline in Europe, talking about standing only. And
Well,
then
sure.
he had made they were like, how safe is that? And he's like, it's actually incredibly safe. And I don't know the reasons why or the research. That's all I have to say. But if someone like that, who Ryanair famously, 0 plane crashes, their whole airline. But if that dude is saying like it is safe, I also believe that it's safe.
I don't
Like to stand there.
landing.
would
First
be
of all,
weird.
Europe, brother. The longest flight that's there is what, an hour tops?
Unless they're coming here.
Yeah, well then, I mean, if someone took, bro, and someone's gonna do
Or
this.
Africa. I mean, they have pretty big access to Africa right there.
Well, northern tip of Africa. I
Yeah.
mean, the rest of Africa is ginormous.
Well, I'm saying they could get flights that are like 4 hours, 5 hours and shit.
Bro, you would do a 4 or 5 hour flight standing only?
Nah, that's crazy.
I don't think it's gonna, like, someone's gonna do it. Crazy to me.
What happens if you get tired? Like, can I just like take a little
So
seat?
when I saw the seats, they look like they're in like the seating
wanna see 'em?
position.
Yeah, can you pull up a
Yeah.
picture of them?
Like they're in the seating position, and then the like bottom falls out, and it's more like a lean, like a healthy lean almost.
A healthy
Like it's
lean.
not entirely like on a bus, like people stand and shit like that.
A lean seat?
Yeah, see, like
Wait, is this Ryanair? Because those are yellow.
I don't know.
Whatever. Click on
I'm
it.
not sure, but these are the designs like they're kind of pseudo standing.
First of all, that looks way harder than just standing.
Yeah, you're squatting. You're doing wall sits on this flight.
Yeah, what the fuck? I changed my answer to 45 seconds.
They're
That's standing?
this is what they're.
That's not. I don't think the one that
Bro,
I
that
saw
looks
was like the
way
one in the
harder.
top left.
This is what they're considering.
The top left is the one that I saw,
that like this.
and it starts in like a seated position, and then it opens up a little more.
It looks the same as these.
I would have to get in it. You would have to strap me
I
up
would need to be
through
either
my crotch like a baby.
like those old baby seats.
Yeah, like that.
I would need to be either completely standing or completely sitting. This whole like half in, half out bullshit,
Yeah, come on.
not gonna work for me.
I'm not
babe.
doing this bent knee. Oh, maybe they do that because I heard that like if you're straight legged for an like an extended
You could
period of
pass
time-
out.
Yeah, like it's like your circulation is
Yeah,
like,
I've heard and like I've not seen people do that, but like I've heard of people like firsthand accounts.
I read here that it says that they're pretty much not going to be on flights over 2 hours. Like it's designed for planes to go under 2 hours.
yeah. Okay.
That's smart.
I would consider I would definitely do it for the story too. Like
Just to say you
today
did
I
it.
would do it.
You have to go and raw dog it.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think. Hear me out. Whoa! I got an idea.
Turbulence like that is probably better. Kind of
I
standing
mean,
up.
no, because then you have no like. At least when I'm seated, I feel like I can just be in my seat. Like if I'm standing up, it's like I have nowhere to go but down.
Hey, that's the reality anyway.
I
But
know, but I mean, like in terms of standing, it could be double down. Like I could fall and then be down. What if? Because a lot of airlines, are you listening? Big plane. They're looking for like the next evolution in like air travel and like making things more luxurious and shit like that. And I'm not talking like the ultra luxury brands, like
oh, I was about to say something ultra luxurious.
like no, not like Virgin or Qatar like airlines. That's one, right?
yeah, I would
Emirates.
say Virgin is like crazy.
Oh, I don't know. Emirates, I know is
Yeah.
one. Like the mom and pop brands, although they're not mom and pop brands. Delta, United, JetBlue, them.
Okay.
They make it.
Bless you.
What were you saying?
All that.
What were you saying?
All that. Instead, now you can book like seats at a bar on a plane, and like that's your standing seat, but it's at a bar.
On a stool?
But no.
Oh, the standing
The
one.
standing one is at a bar. It's like you could sit at the bar on the flight,
That'd be fire.
and it's like,
I mean, if they have a bar on the plane, then you could just wait till it gets up there and then you can walk around.
no, fuck that. But your seat is at the bar. If you're a real alcoholic,
Yeah.
you know, and you're just like, so they have like, you know, like let's use Delta as an example. They have Delta One. Okay, that's like premium.
Yeah.
You know, like bang. Then they have like Extra Plus or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And then they have like Comfort, and then they have Main Cabin. Mm-hmm. Get rid of Extra Plus
Okay.
and just put a bar, and the seats are just at the bar.
Yeah.
And like there's a bartender on like one of those like, You know how like VR games they like strap them in and they can like turn and walk around and stuff like that.
Yep.
Put them in one of those so they're safe. This is not necessary.
So not safe? What are you saying?
They are safe.
Yeah. Right.
I trumped it there. I don't know why. And then they're just like, you're sitting at the bar for 2 hours for your flight.
I was thinking that I can't believe they don't, like the ultra rich people don't do this where it's like, if you got to fly to Australia, bro, just put me under. Wake me up when we get there.
I mean, people do that with like, they
Do
take
they?
like allergy medicine and shit like that when they get on planes, don't they?
No, I'm saying like anesthesia.
Oh, like gas my room and then like I'll fall asleep?
Bro, gas the cabin, put us all out, and then fucking wake us up.
I don't like that because sometimes you need the passengers. Like, is there a doctor on board? We have an emergency.
No emergencies if everyone's taking a snooze.
Or someone has a bad reaction to anesthesia.
That too. Does that happen?
You're the one that said you're afraid of that movie Awake.
I am. I've never been put under.
I've been put under.
I talk all this shit like that I would, but I would never do that. On a fucking plane, my like unconscious body.
What if it...
It ain't happening. Bro, one time, by the way, I've been doing this thing where I don't wear my seatbelt when we land. Bro, I'm going to tell you something.
Where?
You should wear it. Because I did it once, and it was, I guess I just had a really good flight. I don't actually like do this all the time, but I did do it. The first time I did it by accident. The second time I did it on purpose. The first time I didn't realize that we were landing, and we landed perfectly, and I was like, why do they make you wear your seatbelt? Is that just like because of insurance, or they have to so they could say, it was just some stupid shit that I was thinking.
This is the whole where like the approach where you take where it's just like you don't need to check out of hotels. That's all a myth.
I don't check out at hotels. Do you check out at hotels?
No, honestly.
Frank like has to check out.
Yeah, because it's courtesy. Because these people need to know that I'm gone.
But I'm usually leaving at the time that I have to leave anyway.
Sometimes you may not.
But I'm still not checking out.
Crazy. But go ahead.
I just don't. But
ahead.
anyway, what was I even saying?
The whole like when the plane lands and stuff like that.
Oh, so the second time that this happened, I was like, I'm not gonna wear my seatbelt. Like whatever. Last time I was chilling, I almost went under the fucking seat. Really? Because when you hit the ground and then they hit the brakes, bro.
Laws of motion,
my
babe.
asshole almost fucking flew under.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it. You're going from when you're landing probably slower, 300 miles per hour to. So
Yeah.
like, yeah, your body's gonna keep moving. Same idea with a car crash.
Well, it's not until that they hit the brakes, like you're already on the floor, and then they hit the brakes really hard, and then you're kind of like that. Where I almost slid underneath the seat in front of me, and I was like, never doing that again.
That's such a.
Bro, did I ever tell you the story about the old Asian dude who took my seatbelt?
Yeah, you did.
Did I tell you that?
Yeah,
No.
you have.
I was on a flight, and there was this old Asian guy sitting next to me, and I had a middle seat. So I was a little confused about where my seatbelt was because I couldn't find it. I was like, okay, I have one of them. And then I look over. He's buckled in, and he's holding mine. Like he's bracing himself, basically. So I was kind of like, this guy seems like he's nervous to fly. Like I'm not going to, like, take his thing from him or whatever. But he held on to it. So I was just kind of like going up in the flight. It was crazy.
You gotta ask him, be like, hey, can I have it back, please?
Yeah, I just figured the dude was like scared to fly or something because he was holding on to that. Clearly, he knew he took my belt, and he was just like, "No, I'm scared," which I'm sympathetic to because I used to be very afraid of flying.
Good for you.
And there was another time our girl came on my flight. I thought I was gonna have a free seat next to me. This is in Vegas going home. She got on the flight. Her sandal was blown to shit, and she was sweating like crazy. And I was like, "Oh, she just ran for the plane." But then she sits down, and she's fucking terrified of flying. And she's audibly, when the plane's just like driving on the runway, like on the tarmac, she's like not having a good time. We're climbing, and she's freaking. Oh no. And I this was already like, this was like one of my first kind of flights and shit like that. So I'm just like, yo, shut up. Like in my head, I'm saying like, yo, please stop. You're making this worse for me. But I couldn't say anything. And she's just going, whoa, like that. And it's like, it's at night. It was a red eye, bro. I was up. I couldn't. It was terrifying. Like, think about how much worse that makes it when someone else is going, oh. And I'm
Well,
like,
you know
"Stop."
how I am. Anytime someone brings up like something happened on a flight, I'm like, shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Frank just goes into a zone. He's like, turbulence? Not anymore.
In my head, it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, you're like, nope, it's fine.
Yep.
I'm literally in a truck.
Yeah. Or I'm in Jello.
That's not what I say. That's what the internet says, which makes no sense. But
You ever been on one of those flights that has a full bar? Like you can walk up to it? Like
Never.
Like the very big airplanes?
No, never.
I think you can only do that if you're going
Let
to
me
like
guess.
Abu Dhabi.
Big Dick McGee, you have.
No, I have not.
Oh yeah, I was just like, have you ever done it? Psh, I
Have you ever done that? Well, guess who has? This guy with the 10-inch flaccid.
Yeah, no, I haven't. That would be lovely though. Or like take a shower, which is kind of dumb, but
I mean, yeah, there are those flights that are like 20-hour flights, and you can pay like $30,000 to have basically like a studio apartment on a plane. Which, if I had the like money to just blow $20,000, first of all, I don't think I'll ever be getting on a flight that's longer than 5 or 6 hours. But like
you have.
6 hours to Europe.
Oh, but you would. You've already been there. If you were a little further, it'd be 7 hours.
I don't like, it's scary. Then I live on there, you know? Then I like start
7 hours?
Yeah, it's like this is too long.
Hawaii's long. But
I wouldn't do Hawaii.
You refuse to get on a flight longer than 6 hours.
I don't refuse, but the idea of it is something I would need to be coerced into.
What is it about the time that's scary?
It's just too long.
But what does that mean?
I just don't like it. What do you mean it's I don't
Well,
like it?
no, I get like turbulence and like, you know.
You're just when you're just in the air too long. Our bodies are not made to be there.
To be in the air.
We're supposed to like every now and then like touch down, just like check in with the ground. Like I could do like, it would suck, but if it was like 12-hour trip and it was like broken up into like 4 3-hour flights or 3 4-hour flights or 2 6-hour flights or 6 2-hour flights.
Enough. This fucking piece of shit.
I would do that.
Okay. What about like,
Or 8 1.5-hour flights, you know?
yeah, that's what I was going to say. Imagine that. It's like, yeah, you can go, but there's 8 layovers.
I
So
would
you
do-
would never go to like Amsterdam or like Sweden.
You didn't hear what I said.
Oh, if you had to break it up.
Yeah, I could break it up. But like these people that are just like, oh, I flew to Australia and it was a 12-hour flight and then another 12-hour flight and then another 10-hour flight. It's like, just don't go, dude. We're just not, maybe we're just not meant to go there. And that's okay. Like, accept it. Cool. We just don't need to do it.
I mean, the question, I guess, it begs the question, what are we meant to do?
That's a great question. I don't have an answer for it.
We were meant to live for so much more.
Without no turn. I don't remember or know the lyrics.
Okay, so like Australia is out of the question. You're never.
Yeah, I have
What
no.
about Japan? You want to go to Japan?
I would like to, but I would hope that they figure something out by the time I decide I want to go.
What? We're gonna get an Elon Musk rocket ship?
Well, they've said that they have discussed planes that could do like the trip from here to London in an hour and a half.
Right.
Terrifying, but
Be blasting through the sky, dude.
It's something, right? Like it's a choice. I'm not saying that like
What does that cabin feel like? Or maybe it feels normal.
I feel like it'd be like when you're on one of those like not roller coasters, but like remember at the fair they
Yeah.
had those.
You could stick to the wall.
Yeah, you stick to the wall and then you could like, you
Yeah.
know. I feel like it'd be that, which wouldn't be ideal, but you know.
So if you were to go to Japan or like Australia or whatever, it would have to be like, all right, we're gonna stop in France.
I feel like there's no way to get to Australia that isn't at least a 15-hour flight
Probs.
because like unless it's legit like
You're stopping everywhere.
10 flights. Yeah.
You would have to stop in like France and then like
It would be like France, but even that's 9 hours, right?
no, France is 6 hours.
Okay, so like France and then like somewhere else.
Somewhere else.
You know, somewhere in between those two. But then like
Like Russia or some shit. Oh, you probably have to like I don't even know.
Russia, brother. Russia's just going fucking
By the way, I forgot who. Someone in my group chat asked us this, but like, I think it was Gio. How close do you think Russia is to the United States in miles? Like the closest points of those countries, how close are they?
Well, there's that thing that connects Alaska and Russia, and it's like a couple miles.
the Bering Strait.
The Bering Strait. Yeah, isn't that like 6 miles?
That was not the answer I gave, but yes, you're right.
Oh,
I didn't know. So I didn't know that was Russia. It's
I'm
not.
smart. I
it's-
told you
I
guys.
don't think the answer is 6 miles. I'm saying if the Bering Strait though is like the thing that connects
yes,
them.
yes.
But it's under 100 miles. I said like 4,000 miles.
No, yeah, it's very close. The joke.
I had
remember
no
the joke
idea.
that Sarah Palin said. She was like, "I could see Russia from my house." You know,
Damn, do you sound just like her?
what is it? What is the actual mileage? Did you look it up?
I thought he.
I
knew.
think it's like 40 something.
I only know that because of the risk board. I know Alaska and the thing on the other side is connected.
What an insanely loserish answer. I know because of the risk board. Goodness gracious.
You know, no, we don't judge where people get their facts.
You know what? You're right. Okay.
2.5 miles.
2.
Pretty close, yeah.
Wait, what did you look up?
The closest point the U.S. and Russia are separated by 2.5
2
miles.
miles. That's crazy. I
you
thought
go.
the answer was like 40 or something. That's so sick. Anyway, we do have some more sponsors. We have a new one here today, and that's Square. Okay, Square is your all-in-one business partner, making your day-to-day easier. Okay, so it's like a POS system, a point-of-sale system. You can use it for payments, inventory, customer tools. Brings everything together in one simple platform. Okay, and Square is what we use when we go on tour. When we're selling merch, that's what we use. There's like a little machine, and then you pay for it and blah blah blah. It's got everything. It got your inventory, got the sales and everything. You can pay with it, so it's great. And whether you're running a cafe, a salon, a boutique, or you're selling merch at a show or something like that, Square's got your back, and they can help you grow and even set up an online store in just a few clicks. Okay, and right now you can get up to $200 off Square hardware when you sign up at square.com/go/basement. Okay, that's SQUARE.com/go/basement. Okay, you could visit Square to get started. So if you have a local business or you have a small business or whatever, and you are going to be selling things in person, or they can help you set up an online store, go to square.com/go/basement to get started, using the thing that, again, we use on tour. And lastly here, not to be confused with the last one, but we have Squarespace. And Squarespace is a website that's going to help you build a website, okay? It is going to help. It's going to make it super easy to do that. They have templates to help, that helps you set it up real quick. All you have to do is click on the template, it kind of populates, and then you switch out the photos and the text, and then you're good to go. And websites are super important. It's your first impression, so whatever kind of business or content or whatever the case is, Squarespace is going to help you, give your best first impression. So you can save some money here. Go to squarespace.com/basement and use the offer code basement to save 10% off of your first purchase of a website or a domain. Okay, that is squarespace.com/basement and use the offer code basement to save 10% off of your first purchase of a website or a domain. Okay, enjoy. What were we just talking about?
Whatever you want.
No, I forgot what we were saying.
He had to move us away from the fact that he gets most of his world knowledge from Risk.
Forgot about that.
Is
the
there
Bering Strait.
any worse
Board
I
game?
love board games, but in terms of the worst board game, is there anything worse than Risk?
Monopoly.
No way. Monopoly's so fun.
Monopoly.
Monopoly's incredible.
You're also naming very popular board. There's some bad.
I know they're popular. I'm not saying that they're not popular, but you know who else was popular? Hitler. How do you feel about that, Ant?
Hard H getting demonetized there. All right. Who? The worst board game name?
There's some bad ones. There's a board game called Diplomacy. Very bad board game.
What is that like?
I imagine it's just like a UN meeting that you need to
kind of. There's some bad board games. Catan's good though.
What's the? Oh,
You guys love Catan.
I knew
He
that.
loves Catan.
I love
I've yet to
Catan.
play Catan.
I'll tell you
It's
what.
great.
I played at his house the other day. They've all been playing by the wrong rules for about 14 years.
First of all, the first time I played that game was 3 years ago. Second of all, that wasn't the other day. That was last year.
Was that?
It was not. It was not 2025. And I was blacked out on wine. So that's.
I think what makes Monopoly fun is you can kind of your inner Tony Soprano could come out. You know what I'm saying? You could just be listen up. You can make deals under the table. You can strong arm people into certain things.
Steal money from the bank.
I never, I understand why that's a thing. People do that. I like to win legit.
Right.
You know, we know that the cream of the crop in board games is Cranium. Duh.
I like Cranium. I like Trivial Pursuit.
Trivial Pursuit's too smart for me.
It depends on what
Like it
version
asks
you
about
get.
like Anne of Green Gables and shit like that. And like,
Well,
I
yeah, you
don't
need an
that.
updated one. You can't be like, oh, this 1970s cartoon. I'm like, all right, bro, what is this?
Yeah,
What are we
there
doing
was
here?
one actually. It made the rounds a couple years ago. There was a Trivial Pursuit card, and it was like the entertainment question on the card, and it was like, which of these actors has never played Batman? And at the time, it was accurate, and the choices were Michael Keaton, Christian Bale, Adam West, and Ben Affleck. And then it was like, oh shit, well,
Yeah.
someone has played Batman since then.
Damn.
I just Risk, like my father.
I've never played Risk.
He keeps trying to get me to play it, and I hear it's fun, but like it just seems like such a chore.
Is it like armies and you
Yeah.
gotta
My
place them?
my mom's side of the family used to play when they were younger every week, and it could ruin families. pretty-
Every week?
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, Parcheesi?
Bro, wait, hold up. Are we skipping over the fact that your family would play Risk every week?
That's cute. That's
every
a good
week,
family
yeah,
thing.
they got together. I wasn't around yet. It was a while ago, and it would
Risk every week is banana.
There would be
I
some
think
fights.
I think it's a very common thing that families do, like board game night every
we
week.
used to do that growing
Okay,
up.
so I mean,
I'm saying Risk every week is insane.
yeah, that might be a little much.
We used to play a lot of Scrabble.
Ugh, I hate.
Really? You don't
I
like
hate.
Scrabble?
I really dislike smart board games
Why?
because I don't want to be smart when I'm having fun.
Cranium and there's trivia.
I know, but it's just like fun trivia. Like you need to be smart for Scrabble. You need to have like knowledge outside of just general nonsense knowledge.
It's words.
I know, but like certain words, like people get too into it, and I don't like that.
I don't like when people start doing the 2-letter words. Like, oh, QI, triple letter. And I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah, I feel like Risk is one of those that I'm just not a big fan of. But sorry, Trouble.
Sorry's underrated.
You know
Trouble's
what
underrated.
You know what I recently played and it's a lot of fun? Do you remember Perfection?
Oh, were you taking the pieces out of the
No, you
dead
need
guy?
to put them in the thing.
Oh,
And it's like it's popping up or like the timer's going and then it pops up at the end.
Yeah.
That shit is fun
wait.
as hell.
Oh, I was thinking Operation.
Oh yeah. Operation's fine.
Similar game,
It's
but
okay.
it would just like be the,
Oh, it would
yeah.
Yeah, that shit was
What's
intense.
the one? Ooh, you know what I loved? I've never played an actual round of this, but I just liked fucking with it. Mousetrap.
We have Mousetrap. The pieces might be destroyed somewhere, but it's okay.
Yo, I love videos of like anything that's like dominoes, but it goes on for like 10 minutes, or it's like a marble that like lands in this thing and the thing spins and drops it in here.
What
and
are
it
those
goes-
called?
I love
Rube
that.
Goldberg. Rube Goldberg are what those are called.
Rube Goldberg.
Yeah, they're like it'll be like to make coffee, and it like starts with a marble and
I
all
love
that
that.
shit.
It's so cool. I saw
Yeah.
one where a guy had a whole machine to like help him get into bed, and it like brushed his teeth and like made his bed. I was like, this is so.
Yeah, that's a little too much. It always reminds me of that scene in Casper.
Yes.
Oh, I love Casper, but I'm okay with Rube Goldbergs. They're cool, but like setting them up is such, I imagine, a chore.
Oh, I don't want to do that. I just want to like watch.
You just
someone
want to
do
see them
something.
already
Yeah,
done.
Yeah.
I love when people do the dominoes and it's like a big domino thing of like Mario riding Luigi, and it just like in one. You never seen that?
Mario riding Luigi.
I meant Yoshi. You know what? I'm sure in the right parts of the internet that one exists too.
You know what I love when Domino's reveal a picture of two brothers fucking each other. Two cartoon brothers having at it.
All right, I
Going crazy
I
on each
misspoke. Forgive me. Before we started recording, Ant asked a question.
Yeah.
And it was a really good one that I don't particularly know if I have any more answers to. But the question was, if you could have $1 billion, but you could only buy things that start with the letter that your name starts with. So you can only buy things starting in J,
Right.
F, A.
Jungle Juice. Oh.
Oh, why
No.
would you buy that?
My snap answer was jewelry.
Jewelry, but that's a good one. I said fruit.
Yeah, but you could buy that now.
I
$1
know.
billion. How much fruit you buying?
A lot of fruit.
I could buy
There's expensive fruit too. Those like Japanese melons and shit like that.
jellyfish.
Why would you buy jellyfish?
I don't know.
but he can.
He can.
I can get one for my
You could
fish
buy.
tank.
You could buy a jet.
A jet.
Oh, you
could
can
buy
buy a
jet.
jet.
That's great.
And I could buy an F1 car or an F1 racing team.
Oh.
Ooh. I thought you were gonna say like an F-150. I'd be like, all right, bro, come on.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
A good truck, I guess, but
I
don't-
guess, but not for
for a
me.
billionaire.
You know, I'm not an F1 racing team. That's not bad,
that
right?
would be awesome.
Would $1 billion get me
That's a good question. I
like
don't know.
any part of it because it's owned by
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Ferrari and
I'm
then
sure you
like,
would.
You know who else owns them? Ferrari. Someone else. I know so much. You know what it is? I know so much about F1.
Ferrari, Red,
Red
Bull,
Bull,
Aston,
Aston
Martin,
Martin,
Williams. What else you
What
got?
we got? I know so much about F1 that
I
it's hard
know.
for me to keep up with.
Tough.
Well, I mean,
Audi's become or Cadillac.
Cadillac is like slowly trying to get themselves in.
Right.
You know, but you know. What else? Ant said he'd buy an airplane. He also said an air hangar.
Well, I would need that for my airplane, obviously.
That's fair. Honestly, he's kind of right.
What can I get? What else can I?
You could just buy air.
Jungle Cat. I could buy a Jungle Cat.
Ooh.
But what are you
Do
gonna
I
put them
want
in?
it? What am I gonna put them in?
Yeah,
A cage.
can't buy a cage.
Can't buy
Oh,
a
it's
cage.
like everything.
everything.
Everything, babe.
How do I survive? I can only eat jelly beans.
Jambalaya.
Jambalaya.
That would be great.
Never mind. I'm chilling.
Jalapenos.
Jalapenos in your jambalaya.
Jalapenos.
Those are
Oh, I
delicious.
didn't even think of things with silent J's.
Yeah.
Jalapenos.
Yep.
Others.
Go ahead.
Jal-
Jambalaya, Jolly Fruits,
Jolly Bee.
Jolly Bees,
Japanese food.
Japanese.
Oh, you're chilling, brother. You're chilling.
Can I buy?
I could buy Finnish food, which is probably like fermented shark or something.
Probs.
I could buy
Frankfurter.
Frankfurter. I'm living on hot dogs, baby.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm dead in a month
Yep.
if I only eat hot dogs and fruit.
Me, jambalaya and jelly beans. I'll meet you there.
I mean, Japanese food. They got some stuff in there.
that's true. Yeah.
I can have a steak in Frankfurt.
French fries.
French fries. I can have a steak in Frankfurt, Germany.
That's not how that works,
I think you can buy part of a city, can't you?
For $1 billion.
bro. I thought you meant a steak that you would eat.
Oh no,
I was
no,
like,
no.
you can't eat steak.
No, like I can own a piece of Frankfurt, Germany.
What's J?
I mean, fried foods I could eat. I'm gonna be dead very quickly. Nothing that I could like. You could buy like jogging equipment,
A Jeep.
Shoes.
A jet ski.
a jet ski.
Jogging equipment.
I mean,
Shoes? Sneakers?
Yeah. I mean, any or like nipple. Like you guys love getting your nipples fucked up, taped up, right?
I have 2 shirts that don't make my nipples hurt.
Okay, so you could buy jogging equipment. Shirts fall into that. I could buy
Jersey Mike's.
Oh.
not the worst sandwiches in the world.
No,
I like
yo,
Jersey
honestly,
Mike's.
I had them once and I was like, all right.
This is what Subway should be, minus a lot of stuff that Subway is. You know.
Yeah. What about jumping jacks?
Jump rope.
Jump rope.
Jack in the Boxes.
Jump rope.
Oh, I'm sorry. Apartment building for myself. I'm buying that, by the way.
Yeah.
Buying an apartment building.
Can't even get a house though.
I can't get a house. Oh.
Well, you could buy like a.
You can buy apples.
You could buy
Anal beads.
Bro, you could buy steak in Apple.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Apple, yeah.
You could buy you could buy a ton of AirPods.
Back to Apple.
Apple iPhone, Apple laptop.
Anus.
Yes, technically.
I don't know.
Oh, Frankie Factory. Buy a
I
factory.
could buy a factory that makes what though?
Right, nothing.
Frankfurters. You know, I could buy
Fort.
a fort. That's where I'll live.
In the fort.
I'll live in a fort.
Where am I gonna live? In the
Fort,
jet?
like you could buy like Fort, like Netflix just bought Fort Monmouth. I could buy Fort anything.
What if I bought a jam jar?
You can buy several copies.
Jennifer Lopez. No.
Well,
Jennifer Aniston.
again, I don't think the person was the issue. I think maybe the purchasing humans was. You could buy several copies of the 1997 classic Jingle All the Way.
Right.
I could buy any movie that starts in F. You know, Fast and the Furious. I hate those movies, but
Enjoy,
like,
buddy.
I could own it.
Yeah.
I could buy
Ginger. Nope.
I can't,
Jar Jar Binks. A Jar Jar Binks lifelike statue.
yeah. See how much that gets you. Oh no! You'll only dip into your $1 billion, and you'll have $999,999,999 left. Everyone better that I made that joke?
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like after the second round of 99s, you're
I would
like,
buy
fireplace.
fireplace
Firewood.
for my fort.
Firewood.
Fire starters.
You could buy a
A
firefighter.
Firestone tire.
A fire department.
I could buy a fire department. For what reason?
Just in
I
case
could buy
there's a-
firefighters. I could buy your dad.
He's not a firefighter anymore.
He was once and always, brother.
It's a brotherhood.
It is.
And it's for life.
You can have a jacuzzi.
Ooh,
Ooh.
a jacuzzi, a jet ski, and a jet, but nowhere to live.
Nowhere to live.
I mean, you can live in like a jungle house.
Okay.
You can live in a.
Oh, yeah.
You could buy Jenko jeans. Joey's gonna buy Jenko jeans.
Jenga.
You could buy a lot of Jenga. I could buy. This is
Fucked up piece of shit.
okay. I could buy film studios.
Oh, you can.
I don't know about me.
Why not?
$1 billion? I don't know. Aren't they? Like,
I mean, you
bigger
could
than
probably buy a stake in them.
that? Yeah. More steak. That's all I got. I mean, I think Jay's a bad name.
Jay
A bad
stuff.
letter. So
J's a good one. A's a really good one too. I feel like
jewelry, and then I could pawn that. But then I would have more money that I can't buy stuff
I
with.
could buy fancy stuff. If I just put fancy in front of it, can I buy it? It's like, oh, that's a fancy car. Oh, that's a fancy house.
No.
If you could do that, then I could do. Can I buy a house, a water bottle?
But A is fancy is an adjective. A is just
And then I could do like can't do that.
you can't.
I could get just a house.
Just the house.
just
the house.
just a house.
Just whatever I want. Ooh, if your name is Walter, can you get whatever I want?
I mean, if we're avoiding just a house,
That's true. But I got nothing.
Walter. That's the name you went with.
Name another W name.
Whitney.
Male.
William.
William. Yeah.
Sorry.
One more.
Walrus.
Walrus. This is my son, Walrus. If I had a child and I named them Walrus, what would you say to my face?
Well, how did you land on Walrus? All right. Do we do another like turn in the Santa Gato Studios
Okay.
acting course?
We'll do an acting thing.
All right.
I'm naming my kid something insane.
All right.
And then you're just.
What's your name?
reacting.
Give me backstory.
No.
Oh, we're just acting now. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Ready?
Oh my God.
First of all,
He, she, they, them. What are we going with pronouns for this baby?
it's a boy walrus, Frank. It's my
Okay.
baby. So I'm telling you, I'm coming in.
Oh, I'm not meeting the baby.
I'm coming into the scene. I have the baby.
You have the baby with you. Okay.
It's not a walrus, right?
No, it's a
No,
baby
human
named Walrus.
Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah.
All right,
yeah.
I'm in.
All right.
Okay. And this is you're in the hospital. Okay, so I'm coming out. I'm like
Why are you coming out of the hospital?
I'm coming out of the room with the baby.
Okay.
and
So
you're
you're meeting
meeting
me in
the
the
baby.
hallway. You didn't even invite me into the room?
Yes. My wife's in there. She's fucking opened up. She's give her some space for God's sakes. My
Oh, so
wife.
this is immediately after.
Yeah.
So in this situation,
Yes.
this is immediately after the cesarean.
Yes.
You go from taking your child
No,
out.
it was naturally born.
Oh, well, you said opened up.
I mean, like her shit was opened by a baby.
Okay. I mean, they
You know what I mean?
recover.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But I'm saying like she's still
She
just
doesn't
open.
want you visitors. I respect
Yeah.
that. Okay, that's fine. No
That's what I'm
problem.
saying. So I'm walking out with this very fresh baby.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
but he's been hosed off. And
Oh, stop. It's hysterical. way
he's been
to
hosed
put
off,
it.
and he's good. You know.
Yes.
So now I'm coming
All
outside.
right, you're coming out of the room. Are you
Yeah.
opening the door? Is it a sliding, automatic?
Meet
Oh my God.
Walrus.
Wow.
We named him Walrus Santagato.
Wow.
Hold the head.
Oh my God. He is. How's everyone doing? Is
She's doing
doing okay?
Perfect, yeah.
You know. Oh my God. He's incredible. Can I hold him?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my
Well,
God.
you're already yeah.
Where'd you get the name from?
We like, it's her favorite animal. It's her favorite animal, and like I don't know. I just think like the name Walrus just kind of like sounds cool. We're gonna call him Wally.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't like it?
I no, listen, man. It doesn't matter what I'm gonna love this bundle of joy no matter what his name is.
Right, but what do you think of the name?
I think it's a choice. I support it though. So cool, Wally West, the Flash, and walruses are cool animals.
Why'd you say it's a choice?
Well, it is by
You
definition.
don't like it?
No, I do. I think it's so
Can I have
cool.
my baby back?
I think. Hold on.
Give me my baby. I
Hold
just
on.
had the
Hold
baby.
on. Hold on.
Give me my fucking baby. Security! Give my fucking baby now, Frank.
He's yelling at me. This is not his baby.
Frank, give me my baby, you son of a bitch!
We're gonna be okay. We won't name you Walrus.
That's a newborn.
We
that
won't
you're
name
running
you
with.
Walrus anymore. End scene. Incredible acting.
Yeah.
I would rescue your child named Walrus from you.
The way you were running and slamming a newborn in your... Unbelievable. Not naming my child Walrus, so there's that, but...
Let me ask.
Go ahead.
Serious question.
Okay.
How much money would it take to give me the naming rights to your firstborn child?
There's not an amount of money.
Oh, so like for free.
The other way.
So like you'll pay me?
No, I feel like you're ignoring the obvious one that I'm saying, which is there isn't enough an amount.
But you don't trust me to name your child?
I don't want you to name my child.
It's not about wanting.
It's not about trust.
It is trust.
It isn't trust.
Do you think I would name him something or her?
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, I said him first though. Do you
I'm
think
not pregnant.
Do you think I would pick a good name?
It's not about that.
I'm asking that though.
Do I think you would pick a good name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your kids have good names.
Thank you.
Would you let him do the middle name?
No.
Would you let me do
That was more intense than the first name.
any? Yeah. Why is the middle name more important?
Because it's like that changes something. Like it's naming a child.
Got it.
Joey's gonna
That's
go
the
most,
overall
like,
reason
he has
why.
kids. It's gonna be the most like traditional white names for children. Like it'll be like, you know, like Maria Angelina and like Joseph William. He's looking at me, isn't he?
He is looking at you. You're talking about my unborn children in a disrespectful way. And I told you
No.
that your kids have great names. So,
My kids do have great names, and I appreciate that. I need to protect
right. Protect what?
your kids from you.
Right. Let's see. This kid's going to be...
Can I just see him?
You have him, apparently.
Oh, that's right.
Stop running. Anyway, I think that's all we have for today. But guys, don't forget, like we said, we are adding a third show in Toronto on August 5th. Tickets go on sale at noon, June 2nd, which should be today if you're watching it on YouTube on the day this comes out. June 2nd, thebasementyard.com. Tickets go on sale at noon. August 5th. We'll see you there in Toronto. And also, there's tickets to other shows that are available as well. Go to thebasementyard.com. Get your tickets there. Fill out the forms so that we can, interact with you guys during the show. Thebasementyard.com/submit to do any of that. And, yeah. Where can they find you?
With your baby somewhere.
Yeah,
I mean,
apparently.
I have your child Walrus with me.
Cool. Try
But you
to
know what-
get Frank to act out a scene where I have a weird name of a baby and then he's kidnapped it. I don't know how we got there.
I mean, things happen. Things absolutely happen. You know where to find me. FAlvarez885 on Twitter, X, whatever. The Frank Alvarez everywhere else. And then The Basement Yard. Patreon.com/The Basement Yard. Go see the shows. Go bing, bang, boom. Bang, bing, bang, boom. It. Walrus and I are going to start a new life in my purchased property in Frankfurt, Germany.
Enjoy that.
I hear it's actually kind of nice, Frankfurt, Germany.
All right. Yeah, so
You're just letting me leave with your kid?
that's all. We'll see you guys next time. I have a jet. I'm coming over with a jungle cat and a jet ski and gonna kill you.
I mean, the jungle cat won't be able to differentiate me from the baby. It'll probably eat the baby first because that's quicker.
We'll see you guys next time.